Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at XRP. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right hand corner of the screen. Now let's jump straight into the TA. Taking a look at the daily chart, obviously we can see a massive pump here. Finally, Ripple has won the lawsuit against the SEC and we saw a very strong move to the upside July 13th, a 2x basically in a day. And I did warn you of this on multiple podcasts, on multiple live streams. We did talk about Ripple potentially having a nice pump once the lawsuit is settled. And this is exactly what happened, and the fact that exchanges started relisting XRP also added to the hype. So obviously we do need to see a very healthy retracement. If you followed my last video and you took profits at the second Fib level at the 1.618, maybe even at the 2.272, maybe even you were lucky to take profits here at 90 cents. We are potentially going to be looking at a nice retracement here. I would be looking at around about 60 cents, I would say, would be a healthy retracement, and that would allow the EMAs to move up forward to catch up with the price action. Ideally, to be honest with you, I do want to come back down to this trend line here to 54 cents, and I want to retest that because that was our previous resistance level, as you can see over here. We did back test it in April. We had another back test here in April as well, so 2 times in April. Then we had a few back tests in June, and then we broke above in July. So a back test of that level as support would be a very good entry point for anyone looking to get into XRP for the long term. So if you're still holding and you haven't sold over here, to be honest with you, I would start taking some profits here because we're probably going to see a retracement, and you can pick up some coins at 63.5 cents, for example, here at the 1.618 at 60 cents, but I would be expecting a pullback. So if I see an asset, especially an asset like XRP pumping and doing a 2x in a day, that's just going to be followed by a pullback. That's just logic, pure logic there. So if you're looking to swing trade, feel free to do that. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor, and I would only recommend doing that if you're experienced. If you don't know what you're doing, don't sell, because you're going to randomly sell at the worst possible time when the price is going to start pumping once again. So if you're looking for entries, like I said, 54.5 cents here would be a very good entry point, which is our previous resistance. So 54, 58 cents, 60 cents or 60.5 would be good entries. You can also see that we do have this blue resistance block. Well, previously it was our resistance. Now it would be acting as support. So from 58.5 cents down to 51.5 cents, we had this massive resistance block that we back tested in September last year, once again in March, in April, in June, and then we broke above. So coming back down into this blue support block and just consolidating in this area would also be bullish. Just because we won the lawsuit doesn't mean we have to go crazy and go parabolic. We can have this pump, you can take some profits and wait for a healthy retracement. So if we were to come back down to that blue support block, we would be looking at a 37.8% pullback. So you can buy in 37.8% cheaper. If you're, let's say, selling right now, you're going to be looking at 26.3%, which is also not bad. Let's take a look at the RSI and see what's going on here. Obviously very overbought, and this is to be expected, of course. We can also draw a second support trend line here. So you can target both the white and the yellow support trend lines for entries. I would say the white one would be the better one to retest because we want quite a deep pullback. So the last time we were this high was on the index was back in April 2021 and in November 2020 and in July 2020. So this is our fourth time being this high, sitting at the index currently of 88 on the RSI on the daily chart. But we obviously started pulling back just a little. And sometimes with these pumps, what happens is that you start retracing slowly, and then you have another move to the upside, and maybe we even break the current local high that we printed, and we're going to start creating some sort of a bearish divergence where the price creates a higher high, but the RSI fails to do that, and we create a lower high. So that would be your signaling. That would be your signal that's going to tell you that we are going to be definitely looking at a nice pullback. And that's pretty much it for the daily chart. Let's take a look at the weekly. And before we continue with the video, I quickly want to mention my Patreon that's linked down below in the description. If you enjoy my content, you want to get more exclusive content, and you want to support me at the same time, definitely feel free to check out the Patreon, because you're going to get a 7-day free access on my Patreon and an instant access to all of my content since October 2021, which is when I started. You'll get access to content like exclusive weekly podcasts, and we're starting to invite guests already. We have 40 plus low cap gem posts. We have a bunch of project reviews. We have a bunch of resources that are going to help you save time and make more money with this upcoming bull market. So this is definitely a great exchange of value for the both of us. And once again, there's a 7-day free trial. Feel free to check it out. You can leave anytime, and let's continue with the video. Jumping into the weekly chart, we have the same Fibonacci retracement that we had on the last video. So May 2021 for the high, and the April 2020 low is the swing low on the Fib. We retraced to the golden ratio here around 36.5 cents. So this was a great area to accumulate XRP, and right now you're already seeing profits, a 3x from these prices here. We ran into the 0.236 Fibonacci retracement, which was approximately 90.5 cents. You can also see we have a descending resistance trend line that we're breaking above, and this is also very bullish. This is a strong sign. We've been hitting this resistance since May 2021, then once again in August same year, once again in November same year, and then we just dropped down drastically to the golden ratio until we tried attacking the resistance trend line one more time, and then finally we got very, very tight in between this support here and in between this resistance, and we shot up. So I don't think all of this was accidental. Obviously, a lot of big players are involved with XRP, so this pump was pretty much expected when XRP's victory, or Ripple's victory, was announced. So we got the pump. Now we have to be expecting a pullback, guys. I would not recommend FOMOing in here, even if there's a possibility of us coming, to $1, roughly to $1. I don't think it's worth taking the risk, because right now it's risky entering because there are more chances of you going down rather than you continuing to the upside, because you're slowly but surely going to start running out of steam, and the trend is going to get weaker and weaker. So what could we expect here on the weekly chart? So a retest of the 0.5 level at 48.5 cents, that would be quite the pullback. So I don't know if we're going to go that low. That would be a 38.2 or 38.3% pullback. So I would be looking at this wide trend line for entries, because this was our support back in July 2021. Back in January 2022, we broke below in April 2022, retested this level as resistance in October 2022, and then we came back, had another retest in April this year, and then finally we broke above in July. So coming back down and retesting this white trend line as support would also be massive. You can see you have an ascending purple support trend line that we've been holding since January this year, and we've been coming down back to it and retesting it 4 times already. So the 5th one could be in the next month or so, once we cool down after this pump. So let's take a look at the weekly RSI as well and see what's going on here. We're breaking above a resistance level, so that's good to see. And we're sitting in the overbought on the weekly. And as you can see, historically, every time you enter the overbought on the weekly, you typically see a pullback. So in the next few months, we could, finish off this pump. Obviously, maybe we go a bit higher, but I would be expecting XRP to start retracing back down in the next few months, coming back down to this white trend line, back testing it as support, And from there, we're going to see the move into 2024, into the next bull market. Hopefully, that's what we're going to see, because this is an active support trend line as of right now. We just need to confirm it, because we did break it over here, as you can see. So we just need the confirmation of support, and that's going to be a golden entry point for anyone looking to trade or to enter XRP for the long term. And in a very bearish scenario, in case we do see a capitulation, the lower white trend line is also going to be a massive level for us to hold. We've been holding it since July 2022, and you definitely don't want to be losing it. So I would say around the golden ratio and around this white trend line is where you should probably bottom out if we were to see another capitulation in the markets. I don't see XRP going back down that low anytime soon with the bullish news that we have right now, but you know, anything can happen in the crypto markets. If we have some major FUD thrown into the crypto space, and we have some huge events, world events that are going to lead to market crashes across the board, XRP will also come back down, even with all this bullish narrative that we have as of right now. So I want to thank you all for watching this video, guys. Let me know what are your long-term targets for XRP. For me, what we can do is we can just set up a Fibonacci retracement like we always do, and we are going to be looking at $4.31 for our bull market target. Now, some would say this is a bit low. I would say it's enough for me. So if I was entering down here at 30 cents or 35 cents, this would be a 1,200% to the upside. If you're going to be entering, let's say, off of 50 cents, this would be a 737% move to the upside. Obviously, we could go higher. We could retest here $8. That is a possibility depending on how bullish we get. But you do have to understand that at some point we're going to have another crash, just like we've had over here and just like we've had over here. So we do need to break above these previous highs. That's the first mission for us. And after we do that, we can start talking about these extension levels to the upside. So thank you all for watching this video, guys. Make sure to check out all the social links down below in the description, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Take care and goodbye.